Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to Soul Talk Energy Insight for September 20th to the 28th. I'm super excited to be here. Whew. How are you doing? How are you doing? Oh my goodness. So, September has been off the charts good as far as like the messages that I've been getting, but it has also been kind of rocky for some people. Um, so there's a lot of growth happening for people. There's a lot of polarizing energies that people are feeling, and it can be challenging. It can be very challenging, and so know that you're not alone. Know that you're not alone, but you are supported. You are supported. So the week of the September 20th to 28th, that's our full moon week. Now the full moon week is the week of our our Earth Star chakra. So it's really reminding us to ground our energies, to step into our inner powers and use our divine feminine, divine masculine energies in flow. And when we're not doing that, when we're not in divine flow, we are not in that narrow pathway that Linda and I talked about in last week's heart, mind, soul connections. When we are out of alignment with our energies, we're on the side of the road. We're in the weeds. We're in the ditch. And it makes life a little harder. And so that's where understanding when we are in the shadows, when we are in the shadow parts of ourselves, and using that as a way to actually, as a good thing to show us how to come back into alignment. That's where the Light Mastery Map that you can download on my website, from my website under free resources, just sign up and you can get it from the VIP portal. The Light Mastery Map, when you are in powerlessness, when you're on the experiencing anything that's in the under the powerlessness, that's the shadow. That's the shadow part. That is the feeling doubtful about yourself. That is having to, or not trusting yourself. That is anger, frustration, worry, panic, feeling like you need to defend yourself, feeling like you need to filter who you are around certain people, the walking on eggshells around people, all of that is powerlessness. And when you are in those moments, the Light Mastery Map actually helps you in stepping into your power, so you can find those thoughts, feelings, emotions, those situations under powerlessness. And the divine power side shows you how you could be feeling if you stepped into your light, stepped into your power. And the living truth are the affirmations that you can use to help you alchemize that energy. And when you alchemize the energy, so the lower vibration of emotions and feelings and actions that you've been experiencing is heavier energy. So you feel weighed down. You feel like you're struggling and you're stuck. Those are all signs that you're not in alignment with your higher self. And when we use the living truth affirmations and speak them with a commanding tone, a certain tone that resonates within us, we will feel the healing energy flow through us. And when we feel that healing energy flowing through us, what we're doing is we're alchemizing the energy. We're thinning that thick, mucky energy into lighter energy so it can flow through us easier. And when it flows through us easier, we are connecting with the collective on a higher vibrational energy. We are able to ground our energies easier. And we are able to ascend higher and flow, like we will be using higher vibrational energies through our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. And when we do that, that's where the magic happens. That's where life gets easier and we transform a life into a life that we love. I got 3 messages. I got 3 messages this month, or this week. And I didn't write much about them because what I've discovered is that when I really dig in and try and get the messages and what they mean, I can sometimes filter what I'm supposed to say because I'm darn uncomfortable talking about certain things. My brain wants me to live smaller, but my higher mind says, you need to live bigger, Jackie. So, that's that I've decided to just kind of set my own self aside and allow spirit to flow through me, allow God to speak his messages through my guides, and be here for those that need me to be here. So, first message that I got was, remember to ground and be present during this time and you will find the healing you need. Remember to ground and be present during this time and you will find the healing you need. So what that tells me is that we need to remember that we have the power within us, but we need to look within. Grounding our energies and being present means that we aren't discounting or pushing aside our thoughts and feelings. We are recognizing them as they happen and we are going, okay, this is how I'm feeling. These are the thoughts that I'm having. What do I need to do in order to step into my power again? Does this really matter? And if it doesn't matter, if it truly is a frivolous thought or it is, you're having a conversation with someone and they've projected stuff towards you and you recognize that it's their stuff, not yours, it's their baggage, not yours, then you can just let it slide off you. But I want you to remember that you have the power within you to start to discern and start to work through those feelings, thoughts, and emotions. If you start to feel tension in your body or aches and pains, or you start to get sick, what have you been suppressing? What have you been holding in or pushing aside that you should have maybe looked at? Because now it's in your physical self. Release what doesn't matter. Grounding will help you do that. Release what doesn't matter and look at what does matter and then alchemize what you need to alchemize. And if you don't understand the tools that you need to get to this point or to learn to help you through this, reach out because I've got a number of tools that I can help guide you towards. healers, and I'm talking about those that work in the healing industry, in the medical fields, as well as coaches, therapists, psychologists, life coaches, mentors, and yes, you parents. Parents. Prepare yourself for what's to come by remembering how to take care of yourself. You are not just your career, and I'm talking to everyone here. You are not just your career. You have a whole life outside of that as well. You are a person yourself. You are a mother, you are a father, you are a grandparent, you are your professional self, you are the trade that you are a friend, you are a coworker, you are a peer, you are you. But there's facets of you, and you can't do what you're supposed to do and be who you were supposed to be if you are running on an empty tank. So yes, I'm going to use some self-care here. I'm going to mention the self-care, and this is where Hygge really helps. Because when you are slowing down enough so that you can hear those messages that tell you enough, you need to take care of you. And if that means doing the 30 seconds of just stopping and breathing, if that means walking outside and feeling the sun on your face, or the cool breeze in your hair, if that means that you need to lock the bathroom door and have a bubble bath before the kids come in, or if it means that you need to take a walk outside, or you need to exercise, or you need to box, or you need to, take that motorcycle trip or that off-roading trip that you've been wanting to do to release some of that pent-up stuff, then or that walk on the beach, or whatever it happens to be that helps you bring you back to balance, that will help you bring back some balance. Maybe it's shutting off your phone and playing a game with your family in the middle of the work week. We've done that. We've had board games, and our board games are pretty long in duration. So we've had board games that we started on Wednesday and we finished Friday night. So we just kind of left it as it was, we play for a half an hour or an hour, and then we put it aside, and then the next night we would have it again. Or we would pick it up 2 days later or whatever. But it was enough for us to actually find some balance. And I don't mean balance in time balancing, because that's non-existence. Balance is anything that helps you bring back your energy, bring you back in alignment with who you are. It's when you feel like you're off, you feel off energetically, you feel out of balance. It's like if something was to happen, it would feel like life is coming down around you. That is when you are out of balance. But when you are aware of those situations, when you are aware that you are on the outer skirts of the pathway and life is bumpy, and you can bring yourself back into the narrow pathway where you're in alignment with your energies, then life gets easier. It's not so bumpy anymore. The second message that I got was, it's time, warriors of light. It's time, warriors of light. You've been prepared for this moment. Stand in truth and help those in need. Now, I say this very specifically to stand in truth and help those in need. That is not filtering messages through our own filters. That is not discerning between the messages that we're receiving to feel into what's being projected to us. Is that real or is it illusion? What are we looking at it? Are we looking at it through a filter of an illusion filter from our past stuff, or are we looking at it through truth, through the eyes of truth? What are our perceptions? What is our perspective? What is the other person's perspective? And stand in truth. Stand in truth doesn't mean that we sit there and we use the sword of the Spirit to cut down other people. To say, ha ha, I knew that you were going to say that, and ha ha, I knew that you were wrong. No, that is not what this means. The sword of Spirit is used to cut through the illusion, not through the person. The sword protects you and the other person. The sword does not strike anyone down. It's not used to disempower others. It is used to cut through the illusion. We do not stand there and lift up the mirror for other people as light warriors. What we do is when they are ready to see it, when they are ready to see it, we help cut through the illusion so they can heal. When they are ready to see and feel that illusion that's there, we help them cut through that illusion so they can see the truth and actually heal. The week of September 20th to the 28th, I've been told that much will be revealed during this week. And it's time for a new beginning. These were very specific words given to me. And they might relate to the next message. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the next message. Actually, before I continue, I'm going to go back to the Warriors of Light message. So when we are going through our days, and our divine masculine is there to helping us honor and respect people with the highest integrity, while we are also holding ourselves and honoring ourselves with the highest integrity. And that's really what is happening here in this moment. It is recognizing that people won't necessarily see the same perspectives that we see, that won't necessarily feel the same things that we feel, and being okay with that. Recognizing that we can honor where they are in their journey and not have to say anything in that moment. But we can allow, when the time is right, we can be there and be a shoulder for them, and have listening ears for them, and love them through what they need to go through. The third message. See the magic of ascension around you and rise up. everywhere around us, things are happening, energies are shifting, people are changing and starting to work through old stuff. And see that, when we see that and we recognize that, we're no longer looking at people through filters of they'll never change, they've always been that way, they whatever. When we are expecting people to be a certain way, that's all we will see. That's all we will see. There are things that are going to happen in this world, events that are going to play out the week of September 20th to the 28th, and it may actually rock your world. It may actually shock you. With people looking like they are rising up from the dead. That's essentially what happens when we ascend. We have been weighed down with all this weighted energy, and then as we ascend, we are using lighter energy. We are vibrating at a higher vibrational energy, with a higher vibrational energy. That is ascension. We are rising up with that. But what I'm saying is there are things that have been happening for thousands of years that have weighed us down. And those things are going to come to light, and it will help us. It will help us ascend, but there will also be people. There will also be situations that will happen that will magically help us rise, because that situation was a magical rise up experience. Again, perceptions keeps coming up for me as a word, and I feel very strongly about this, is that whatever there, like I said in the monthly energies, there's two sides, there's two dramatic sides. Somewhere there is middle, the truth is in the middle. And so I want you to really discern, see their perspective, and this is having conversations with people. This is having conversations with people and really being open to seeing their perspective, and then looking at things through fresh eyes, through your own perspective, but also being aware of what could be your filter. Do you have a filter there? And it's if you find yourself having a filter there, if you find yourself looking at it through a little bit of an illusion, then that is your cue to use your sword of the spirit to slice through your own illusion, to see the truth. That is your cue to step into your power and alchemize that energy. You've got this. We've been preparing for this for months. We've been preparing for this for years, actually. And a lot of us just didn't realize it. So, oh goodness. Goodness, goodness, goodness. If this resonated with you at all, I'd really appreciate it if you would share this video, like this video, subscribe to my channel. If you feel compelled to help support me in any way, you can buy me a virtual coffee. You know, no love donation is too small. I use these funds to help keep the lights on, help keep the internet going, and help support my family, so I can continue making content like this for people like you. There is a membership option as well on my website called Soul Talk Membership. It is a lovely group of members that we get together and we discuss each other's journey and really dig into how the energies are helping us and expand and grow. There is absolutely no commitment to how long you need to stay in the membership. That's completely at your discretion, but we'd love to have you join us. Until next time, thank you for joining me on this journey. Be simply you.